Today I am going to give you a Finder tutorial. It will be a quick video and it will give you some key points as to what can Finder do. First of all, this is the Finder. It is a white and blue face with a smiley, which is very nice to look at. To open Finder, you can just click on Finder. If not, you can just press Command plus Tab and Finder is always going to be open. Now let's say I am to close this application and then press Command plus Tab again. Here you can see Finder is always present. So I can open Finder that way as well. If you're coming from Windows, Finder is basically a file explorer. So it is just that, but for Mac. That is all the difference there is. And the second difference is that it is always running, it does not shut down. So even if I close this, it's always going to be running. And now you might say that on Mac, apps keep running in the background. So let's say I have opened up Safari like right now. I press Command plus Q and it turns off and the dot beneath the icon goes away as well. That tells us that the app has quit, but for Finder that is never an option. If I press Command plus quit, it does not work. However, if I press Command plus W, it will go away, but it will never turn off. Even if I try to force quit it, it will be an option for relaunch and not quit. So that is something you need to know as well. Now let's open Finder. I'll make it bigger for you guys. And first of all, I need to tell you that this portion on the left that looks like a bar is a sidebar because always it is on the side. So it's called a sidebar. And this portion over here is called a toolbar. That is very easy to understand. Now I will go to the sidebar, but first let me tell you that this is the toolbar. This obviously is back and forward icons. You may have used it in other computers as well. Now this is your view icon. So by default it is on icons right now. We could go to list, which looks like this. So this portion is called a column view and this is your gallery. So it's going to give you all the information of this particular file over on the right. Again, if I select the next file on the bottom, you can see that it is going to show up like so. Then I can also group these. It could be basically grouping could also come by name like it is already currently. I could also do it by kind. So it's going to give me images and documents separately, last date opened, last date created, and so on, right? Name is always a default and good option. This here is to connect to your server. So again, I work in content creation, so connecting to the server is very important for me. I can also drop some files. So here you can see I have selected a file. I can select airdrop and then use my airdrop. Obviously I have to turn on Bluetooth and then I can drop it to my nearby Apple devices. Then we have the action button over here, which gives us new folder, paste item, get info, and so on. Get info, by the way, is similar to Windows property function. On the left side here you can see under favorites, we have applications, documents, downloads, desktops. Then we have location. So location, because my MacTalk is a profile that I'm currently using, my MacBook Air, so I can browse the entire MacBook Air that I am using, the entire hard drive that is. If I am to airdrop, I can just select. Here you can see I already have a Apple device nearby, so I can airdrop my files from them to my computer or my computer to their computer. And network is going to give me, let's say, all the computers on the local Wi-Fi, or if I'm connected to the Ethernet, it's going to show me my server and all the computers connected by server as well. For some people, it can be very overwhelming as to what is popping up over here. For this, we can change it up, we can reduce it. For that, we can just press command plus comma, and that is going to open up Finder settings. You can also get to Finder settings by going up and clicking on Finder, going to settings, and that is going to open up Finder setting. To change sidebar items, we can just go to sidebar and then select whatever we want to show over here. So in this case, I can also click on tags and that is going to go away. So because I have used red and yellow in the past, it's going to just be there. If I want to edit it, I can do that as well. Let's say I don't want airdrop, I can just uncheck airdrop, and that here you can see under locations, airdrop is no longer available. Similarly, I can bring iCloud Drive if I want, and iCloud Drive has come up over here. I can basically turn off everything and have it be a very simple menu if I like, very clean. If you don't want it, if you don't want everything over here, you can just check everything, and every other option is going to be available for you by just checking these boxes. So that is how you select whatever you want to see in the sidebar. Now the toolbar over here is also reconfigurable. So I just have to go and hover my mouse over the toolbar, right click. By the way, with Mac, you have to use two fingers to right click and then click on customize toolbar. and here you can see all the icons start wiggling because they are now interchangeable. So I can have quick look come up over here. Let's say I can take away something, and that's how it works. I can just drag and drop whatever I need, or I can just remove whatever I don't need. Once you've clicked on done and you are unsatisfied with it, again you can go and click on customize toolbar and drag and drop this default set of toolbar thing over here, and that is about it. And again, I don't want edit tags, share is fine. Another thing, as I said, I want to have connect over here, and that is done. So that is how you can customize your toolbar as well. Switching between the views of the Finder can also be tricky or just annoying depending on what you're working with, how big your file is. So for that also we have a few shortcut keys, which are going to be command plus 1, that is for list. Command plus 2 is going to be repeat. Command plus 1 is going to be icons. Now that won't move because we're already on icons. 2 is going to be your list. 3 is going to be for your column view, so you can view all the information, and 4 is going to be your gallery view. And that is how you can just move between these views, and you don't have to use your trackpad or your mouse at all. Then we'll go to Finder preferences or Finder settings again, and this time we'll go to general tab. And in case you connect any hard drive or your USB flash drive or any external storage and this is unchecked, it's not going to show up on your Finder or your desktop. So it is just connected. The files are accessible, but you don't know how to get to these files. So you have a room but no door. So that's what the situation over here is going to look like. CDs, DVDs, and connected servers, if you uncheck them, those are going to disappear as well. Tags, as I said, we can have multiple tags. Here you can see minus means they are not available. If I take them away, again they are not going to be available. Whether they are unchecked or minus means they are not available or they are not selected. So I'm just going to select all of those. So that is how you can arrange that as well. Sidebar I already showed you, and over here we have advanced options. So we have all show all file name extensions, show warning before changing file extension, iDrive, emptying trash. I have already covered this in another video, to the link to which you can find it in the description, but I won't bore you with it because I've already made a video on it. Organizing folders can also be annoying, so I make multiple folders, right? So if I just drag and drop it to another folder, it's going to be added to that folder. So even if I open this, you can see we have another folder inside a folder. So that is great. I can also rename all of these by selecting. I can select multiple items by pressing and holding down command. So here you can see I'm pressing and holding down command. If I right click and rename, and that is something you can't do in Windows, which is my favorite thing, I'm just going to say new folder just because. So, and here you can see numbers start at 1. So what is going to happen over here? So it's going to make new folder 1, new folder 2, new folder 3 automatically with one sequence, and that is awesome. So I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to manually go and change the names. You can name similar folders at once with prefixes or suffixes. So that is great. But if you have multiple projects in these folders, I'll rename them again. So as you can see, I have named the folders again, and now we are going to give it tags. So I can right click and give it tags. Now you can definitely customize the folder, but you need to realize that I am not using macOS Sequoia, I'm using macOS Tahoe. So I am still in the beta version, not in the final version, but I can have multiple tags over here, and I can also give it an emoji in my case, or you can just right click and give it a tag, which is also very handy. By default, even in Sequoia, Ventura, Sonoma, all of your folders are going to look like this with the dot on the side with whatever tag you give it. So that is going to make your work a lot more easier. So I'm just going to show you with a few more tags. So here you can see I've given it tags. So if I click purple, purple folders are going to come up. If I click on yellow, yellow are going to show up, so on and so forth, right? So hopefully this has become clear to you. It's going to help you folder your items and organize your items a lot more. Now you also have to know that the search in Finder is very useful or very advanced as well. So if I go to search, nothing will happen. It will just normally search. But if I press command plus F, which is your normal key to find anything, now I have kind. So I can have file size or last date modified. Within the last, So I'm going to say then your last date modified is within the last. No, I want before, let's say. Then you can actually go ahead and select a date, which is great. So you have all these items. Now these items are throughout the Mac, which can be really annoying because there are multiple files. But you can go ahead, click on plus and say kind, and then I can say folder, and there you go. So in apps, I'm going to go to PDF, and here you go. Before this date, I have this kind of PDF. If I just tell that to the search, it's going to give me all those files, and that is going to make your search a lot more easier. Then you have on the top the option to search the entire Mac or just the downloads folder. So that is great as well. So it can be a very powerful tool. You can apply multiple filters to this thing. On the bottom, you can see that I am currently in which folder and where that folder is and so on. I have the entire path. And so this is called the path bar. You can activate it by going to view, and then obviously it's going to show me hide path bar for now, but I can go to view again, and here you can see show path bar, or you can press option command and P as well, and it's going to pop up. Similarly, on the bottom you can see we have an option to show status bar as well. Status bar is going to give you how many items in one particular folder and how much total storage is available in your Mac. So that is very useful for some. So guys, that was a quick tutorial of the Finder on Mac. It is very powerful yet easy to understand. Hopefully you have found it the same way. If you have, do consider liking, sharing and subscribing to the video. See you in the next video.